My beard looks atrocious. I need to trim it.
Oh, I got a haircut.
Oh, it looks good.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, funny seeing you
Caught
here.
me in my casual attire. Ascot.
Just an ascot. Alright, so what are you doing? Open this son of a bitch.
Following your lead, Jeff.
Alright, you guys ready?
No.
Should we be looking at you or are we looking this way?
I don't care what you do.
I'm going to be
Look at
looking.
the camera.
It's
Look
not
at the
about you,
camera.
it's about me.
Yeah, look at the camera. We have a camera for a reason.
Hello, Internet, and welcome back to America's favorite couch leisurely talk show, Where the News Go! Today, our contestants are...
Jason!
And...
Dave!
That's it!
With your host. You weren't doing that?
Oh no, I'm not a host.
We're missing the beautiful blonde, though. We're sorry,
Yeah.
folks.
And Heather, too.
And where the news go, in case you haven't clued yourself in yet, is a weekly news talk, kind of, and discussion of other things.
Fireside chat of
Without the fire.
news and technology.
Leisurely talk show.
Let's go. We're kind of recovering from E3. You know, this.
It was so busy for us.
I know. The explosion of news from that, and now we're in this week.
Steam sale.
Steam, oh yeah.
Most, 90% of my focus is coming on to that.
It's great.
Picking up more
It's
games.
wonderful.
He logs on every 5 minutes on his phone just to see what's there.
Yeah.
Despite the Steam sale, one's all day, the other one's every 8 hours.
He
I don't
checks
know. How long
every
is
five-
the
I never know.
community one? Is that all day as well?
That's 8 hours.
8 hours
Is
as
it
well.
as well? So it's like the flash sale?
Which is nice. I liked how they did the community choices this year.
A block of 4.
Instead of just voting for like one of 3 games, it's now you vote for a block of games. So everyone would be like, oh, I like one of those games, so I'm going to get that bundle. And hopefully other people like other games. Like, I think I got Octodad in one of the bundles.
That's a weird game.
That's an incredible
I haven't
game.
played it yet. I heard good things and I heard funny things, so I was like, oh, I'll pick it up.
We'll probably have to do that at some point.
At least
Multiplayer,
twice.
Maybe 3 times.
We'll see how much you probably don't view it.
We'll cut that out.
Well,
And we'll cut it back into where I say we'll cut that out.
We'll cut that out. Wait, what they cut?
Just no more cuts from here on out.
Fair.
Thank you.
So what happened this week in news? I actually have a topic.
Let's hear it.
PlayStation, or Sony themselves, the company. They announced
Their
the
company.
PlayStation TV, also known as like Vita TV,
Mm-hmm.
where it's a streaming. I think you buy a little device that you hook up to your TV, other TV, separate and apart from the device, the TV your PS4 is connected to,
Right.
and you can stream.
Like
to the-
Chromecast.
Yeah, it's kind of like Chromecast just for your PlayStation 4. I'm like, that's kind of cool. It's kind of what Steam just released I think it was last
Yeah.
month, but less stupid. Because it's basically use your PC rig to then stream on another PC. It's like, well, let me just use my fucking rig.
Well, yeah.
It's like
Well, it's like you could stream on your TV, but you would still need like
the
that.
rig.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like,
So-
you still the PlayStation thing is like a Chromecast device, which makes a lot more sense.
Connected to the TV.
I get this, and that's kind of cool. I don't know if someone else can be playing something different on the PlayStation 4 if you want to. I don't know if you can basically interrupt that stream. Like your
Right.
sister's like, I want to play the game you're streaming right now, just on the mother brain. The head one, the actual PlayStation.
PlayStation.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mother brain.
Oh, I forgot the phrase.
Mother brain.
AKA
Mother
console.
brain. So I think Sony is making a really cool push in terms of streaming because you can stream PS4 games on your Vita.
Right.
You can go on the go. I think I don't actually know if you can leave your house with it,
I have no idea.
but
That seems a little limited then.
super future.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good because
It's the steps in that kind of really cool direction. Like I can take my phone and I'm like, I'm gonna play The Witcher 2, which I just bought on the Steam.
like how the Wii U has, you can play the game without the TV
yeah, it's on the
if you have the little
Fucking
tablet
tab.
thing.
little.
Yeah, no, those things are huge, man.
The tablet.
Didn't we talk about
We
this?
did
They're like
last
One
call
of the-
back.
one of like the
100 feet long in all
Yeah,
directions.
it's the TV.
like
It's
the-
weighing 18 tons.
stone 10 Commandment tablet.
yeah, I mean,
Gifted by God.
each individual one. It's very expensive to buy it online.
Yeah, but yeah, you can turn off the TV, or if someone wants to watch sports or
Yeah, I
something.
thought that. Yeah, I mean,
you go, all right. It's good for like dads to be like, all right, son, you had enough video games. Someone walks away.
little do you know, Dad? I don't
It's good
stream it
for,
upstairs, son.
subverting your parents' rules.
I think it's
for children, because
for
we're
multiple
kind of adults. I don't think our parents
no.
care anymore.
No, they don't. For multiple TV households where the console's hooked up in the main room, and like say the football game's on, but you don't want to play you don't want to watch the fucking football game. You want to go play
Madden.
PlayStation 4. Yeah. Yeah, Madden. So you go upstairs and finish off the game and maybe come downstairs and finish actually watching a real football game. Or, soccer. It's just now it's the World Cup.
Feasibility. I think that's what people are starting to focus on, which is good.
Mm-hmm. Just use it whatever you want to.
It's not so rigid. It's like anyone can have their preferences. I like to stream my games onto my Vita. Or
All
I
12
like
of
to...
you.
Dozens of people.
I've always wanted a Vita.
It's really cool, but,
yeah, so I like the options that we're now having.
Yeah, which is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little old school, for lack of a better term. I do like having my 360 there, physically being there, my console physically being there. I mean, or my PC physically being there, but I love digital game distribution.
Oh.
It's amazing.
It's revolutionizing my life. I don't have to leave my house.
To talk to people, maybe run into someone going to buy a video game.
But
Yeah,
I
it's the
love
worst.
that stuff. No, that's my
No, it's
favorite.
horrifying.
But I love it.
I can't wait. Like, where I work now is they're releasing an app to order your... I work at a food place. You order your food online, and then you just pick it up. Like, that's amazing. I don't want to talk to you anymore, person.
That's fantastic.
Right?
That's fantastic.
He also works with people a lot.
I do. And also food.
I work at t-shirt folding store.
And you love people. See how this
I do
works?
love
See,
That's not a
weird.
coincidence.
yeah, yeah. They keep them in a hole all the time. They keep us out on the floor.
They starve him of social contact.
We have far too
We
much
experience
of it.
it
I'm
all day.
also the delivery boy, so I do see people more than anyone else who works there.
That's true,
Also
but it's like a
sales associate.
fraction of who we see in a given day.
Yeah.
Very true.
I probably saw at least 120 people today. It's fucking stupid.
I see 120 people on my off days, and I have full conversations with them. I get to know them, and I fall in love with them.
Jeff Smith's fun fact is a severe schizophrenic with 120 different personalities.
They change every day.
So Ubisoft has gotten into a lot of shit recently. No segue. Fuck segues.
We don't
that
use
was,
them.
This is
that
my
was a
show.
beautiful segue.
Was it?
Yeah, no.
By saying no
was
segues?
Smooth. It was, well, that kind of broke the fourth wall.
I don't believe in walls either.
There's 4 walls.
Tear down
Yeah,
those
well,
walls.
we're talking to the fourth wall. But
Technically.
as soon as you know.
It's a window. It's the 4th window.
Reaching for you.
The fourth screen door.
Just put your hand on the...
Although, I guess that
Put your
kind
hand
of
on the
does-
screen.
Everything is a screen
Touch
door.
us.
Oh,
Feel
I
that
was
warmth?
late.
That's your monitor. It's kind of warm because you keep it all on day. It's not our hands. It's not body heat.
But it's a little bit our love.
Going
But-
through those wires into your...
It's not Jason. It's not his love, but it's
No,
mine.
it's my hate. Unadult rated. Just fueled rage.
Grab it,
That's what keeps you
hold it tight,
awake at night, viewers.
never forget.
Back to Ubisoft.
Yeah, so Ubisoft...
They released... What did they release? Was it last week they released Watch Dogs?
If you've been paying attention, not
So, big...
living
Their new big AAA game,
Watch Dogs. It's a game
Sounds
about
like it
hacking.
was
And you
successful.
go around and you hack people.
Everything.
and-
Literally everything can be hacked with your cell phone.
yeah. Which...
Fire hydrants, dogs,
People. Dog fire hydrant people.
the air around you.
But it looks fun. It looked like a fun game. It looks
No,
like a fun game.
I mean, it was great. They showed it off at E3 back in 2012.
And it looked beautiful.
Looked fantastic.
There's a reason
And,
we
yeah.
mentioned that.
two years ago. Looked great. It came out on consoles and PC at the same time.
All of the consoles.
Yes.
Current and last.
Yes. And not Nintendo, though.
No, not.
Just,
Wow.
I mean, it's understood.
They're their
Yeah.
own thing.
that's
Yeah, well, as we discussed last week, Nintendo isn't competing with Sony and Microsoft. They're just like,
Yeah.
where the drunk friends are over console
right.
device.
Well, little tangent is I was listening to a podcast. I forget which one. I forget what it was about. But somehow they got on the topic of just like the big gaming people today and how when the market crashed a couple years back and the money was a little bit more scarce than it was, the big companies, they stopped putting out like 6 to 8 games a year that so a lot of them were risky, and they started scaling back to like 3, games that they know are going to sell well.
Right.
And we're kind of getting back into some more risk-taking eras for the big corporations. But Nintendo never did that. They never stopped being weird and taking risks. They've
Nintendo
always been
does
making
Nintendo.
incredible innovation. And yeah,
It helps that I think they sit on just a shit fuck ton of cash. They don't spend much money.
Yeah.
So they could just take the risk. They do have that. They do have that luxury, if I remember correctly. It's like, yeah, they don't spend a lot on many things.
Right.
Some marketing, and their game development, obviously, and their console development. But they're always all their consoles, and at least current Wii U and Wii, are profit generating. Unlike Microsoft and Sony's consoles, they're always profit losing. They lose money every unit they sell.
Right.
So.
And it helps that they have such like an established set of franchises.
But this isn't about Nintendo today. We talk about that a lot. But that is something I did for Ubisoft, before we start just kind of whipping them. They seem to have more fun in a lot of the games, like with the reintroduction of Rayman.
Yeah.
They've released a platformer on the console.
And it works.
And it's one of my favorite games
So
ever. Rayman Origins. And Legacies is a hell of a lot of fun, too. So,
but
now time to
all right,
flag
get back
them.
up on that whipping post, Ubisoft. We got work to do.
When they released the game on the consoles and the PC, it looked very similar, almost exactly similar on the highest settings in the PC.
And downscaled from what they showed from the previous E3. I didn't want to believe that. 'Cause I'm like, oh, why would they do that? It doesn't make any sense.
You go online, you look at the comparisons,
You see the
a bunch
side-by-sides.
of videos that are like, this is what they showed at E3, this is the scene now, and it's a
Just
whole
looks
ton less
plasticier.
graphically intense. They turned off a bunch of like lighting effects and particles and all that stuff. So, one of like, I don't think he was really a modder. He might have been a modder. He was looking through the game code to try and fix a little bit of.
Because he was, he was running into like shutter rate.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this has to be a code thing. Let me find it. So it was a dude who knew how to work around shit.
Smart guy. Looked into the code and he found a bunch of lines in the code that had a bunch of settings turned off by default. And a lot of it was like labeled like E3 lighting and like E3 particle effects.
I don't know. That's how it was labeled.
They weren't even like trying to hide it. It was just like E3 light and stuff like that. So he did a little
finagling.
Yeah, finagling and turned them on. Turned them on high. Figured out how to do all that stuff. And the game just looks steps better on PC.
You can't do this on the console.
No console. Yeah. So later, pretty much. After like the dust settled a little bit that day, it was pretty much known that Ubisoft intentionally like downscaled the PC abilities to match consoles, so they
usually developers don't do that.
Yeah,
they're like, go fucking buck wild, PC guys, because you can.
There's a big difference between what Ubisoft did, which was have a great looking game and scaling it down on the PC to never making it looking good on the PC and just keeping it the console look throughout the whole thing. They had a good looking game. They showed it at E3.
We're gonna downscale.
And then I don't know if it like Sony and Microsoft were paying them off to do it or something. But one of the selling points was like, oh, it looks just as good as it does as the PC as it does on consoles. So naturally people go, oh, well, we know how good PC gaming looks, so if the consoles look like that, yeah,
it's
sure,
fine.
It's going to look good. Well, they did the opposite, and they scaled down the PC, which makes no sense to me. They spent the money to make it look good, and then they take it away.
They just...
It was probably, like we kind of mentioned, it probably wasn't the developers. Not directly. They were probably being pressured by some other investor.
There had to be some motivation.
Something else, yeah.
Outside.
What was the reasoning? Because it might cause problems in the game.
Well, yeah.
But that's just par for the course.
It was a very flimsy excuse.
It's not. That happens all the time. You put everything up to max settings. Like, is your PC going to take this? Let's find out. And if it doesn't, you're like, all right, let me lower these.
It bursts into a flame.
Yeah, then you have a problem.
Then you know.
And that's up to the PC user to figure out, like, all right, this is what I'm running. This is what I have. If you're just a normal PC user who just doesn't bother with any graphic settings, you're not going to care.
Yeah.
For these guys like that modder guy, and I would imagine the larger community of PC players, they spend a good fortune building their rig. They want to get the most out of all the
beefy PCs that can handle a lot more than what
the consoles can do.
Yeah,
that's the point of building the big PCs, so you can have a more unique and almost always better experience.
Yeah.
So, and then like the second part of this story is Ubisoft also said the new Assassin's Creed
Unity. This is during E3. To be fair, this was last week.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and they said it's going to look the same on consoles as it does on PC.
So they're
which is probably they're doing exactly what they did with Watch Dogs to Assassin's Creed.
Which is weird. I just don't get why they would care.
Then
so they can make the boast that it looks just as good.
Which is
to try and
be...
sell more consoles,
no
to try and sell more consoles of the game.
Ubisoft doesn't care if more consoles sell.
Yeah.
More people buy them.
Yes, I know Ubisoft. I don't think it's Ubisoft's call. I think they're being pressured by some other source.
Because they're not. Their games aren't moving consoles. As much as I love these Assassin's Creed series, yeah, but they're released on all the everything, so they're not a console mover. If they were exclusive, the only exclusivity that would make total sense is on Xbox and PC, because they both run Microsoft, most of them. That would make sense. Like, oh no, tell them it looks the same on the Xbox One and the PC. Like, all right, fine. But they release on every single thing that exists.
Maybe
Ubisoft.
It has something to do with the movie. I can't imagine how those dots connect, but you never know. Hollywood's weird.
I don't think Hollywood gives a shit about video games.
Hollywood doesn't give a shit about video games. Hollywood gives a shit about things that make money.
Yeah, exactly. So they wouldn't care, like, you're going to do what to your Who's It? Fuck, just start filming. Do you have a director? No? Just start filming. Make money, we'll put it in post. What? That didn't... We're talking about making an Assassin's Creed video game while you're in my office. That's Hollywood in the video game world.
I'm not in your office. This is my office. What? This is Hollywood. It moves fast. This is Silicon Valley.
This isn't... No, it's because Ubisoft is also based in France. They're fucking France. Security. And so I don't know. Maybe that seems weird. I just don't understand why Ubisoft wants to.
I'm just throwing words out now.
I
was trying to help. I was just trying to throw ideas. So maybe we can solve this Ubisoft problem for Ubisoft. They should hire us.
We're trying to help.
To be a think tank.
They've just been kind of... I mean, they have Uplay, which is stupid. Things should just die.
Which is dumb. It's dumb.
For every step Ubisoft takes, they seem to just kind of like want to not even take 2 steps backwards, just fall over and be like, I don't want to be good at what we do.
Well, it's like... It's the people who make the games put everything into it, and then the people who distribute the games
can forget.
They hand it off, and the people who distribute the games don't care about what was put into it. They just want to... I have no idea.
Yeah, but they greenlight these weird projects. So that's the weird thing, because the business side of Ubisoft still greenlights some of these more obscure, like the Rayman Origins, Rayman Legacies. They still greenlight them.
They're also great games. I don't know. Maybe they knew. Maybe they just have great foresight.
They even greenlight... I would even say Far Cry 3 was a big risk. That was a weird game.
Yeah, but it paid off. That was one of the greatest games that ever...
Because 1 and 2... It was always kind of a fun series. I never played them, and people were like, "Oh no, it's great, it's fun." That's how they describe it. It's a fun series. And Far Cry 3 came out, and they're like, "Shit, yeah, this is awesome."
Yeah, it's the greatest sneak around, kill people game that I've ever played in my entire life.
A good, diverse group.
The first time I shot a man with a bow, shivers down my spine.
First time I got mauled by a tiger.
Shivers down my spine.
And a bear.
And a shark.
No, I was cool with that.
And an emu. Or whatever those bird things
Those
were.
stupid bird things.
Yeah, right?
They're everywhere and they swarm
and
you.
Hyper aggressive.
Yeah. They see you park your car to check your map. And they just start attacking your car.
Whoa. But, and then Far Cry 3 cast was great and diverse.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And that brings us back to the Assassin's Creed Unity game. For its lack of diversity. Can't play chick, which is weird, saying that in kind of this modern age sense of the word.
It's just real quick about, ladies in video games. I think we're at a point where girls, ladies, they don't need to be characters in video games. You don't have to have a female character in a game for the game to be good. But only if that makes sense in the story. It's a diverse set of characters makes every story good, and if your reason is what we're going to talk about for not having ladies in the game, it's dumb. It doesn't make enough sense.
That was the reason.
It's
like double the work or something. And this is coming from Ubisoft, which is a AAA developer, producer, publishing house, everything. It does it all. Then it's on a established franchise, which is
Very
guaranteed to sell.
Mm-hmm.
They can say, hey, we're releasing Assassin's Creed, go buy it. And then people are going to be like, okay, fine, I'm going to go buy it. So there's no risk. And it's on like the multiplayer side where I guess there's a story. It's kind of like a world, but there's no reason to not be able to choose who you want to be and design a character you want.
From what I heard, the 4 possible multiplayer characters are all basically the same. They're all white guys. And it's weird. They move the same way. They attack the same way. They're all exactly the same thing, just with like minor graphical changes between them. It's just, it feels lazy,
right? Like that's a lazy excuse.
Well, it's the cost. It has to go back to the cost,
right? Whatever that weird cost
money
is.
To
record female voices. You don't have a sound bank where you just have pre-recorded grunts, female versions.
I have that sound bank.
On his PC.
I love tennis. So, it's like the things that will cost money is like, you have to go in and create an entire different female skeleton, and no, you don't. Not exactly. I mean, we have extraordinarily similar skeletons. I think people would forgive a not spot on, like, oh, she doesn't have the biggest boobs. Fine.
It's also, let's make some more proportional people, just in general.
Well, once again, I don't think that's that huge a problem in video games anymore. I mean, unless you're playing, like, Japanese games. But, have you seen the newest Tomb Raider? Have you seen anything from that?
Yeah.
Great.
It's great.
Looks so good.
That's one game.
And it's a step in the right direction.
Baby steps.
Listen, we don't make games.
The problem is that we're having this discussion. That means it's still a problem. It's still like a weird, like, what's going on?
But people have discussions about things that aren't problems anymore, too.
Like polio.
Like chlamydia.
World War II.
That's a problem. Yeah, but it's still a problem.
Yeah, and then we cure it. It's not a thing.
Alzheimer's.
What?
That's a problem. Still a problem, actually.
Baby SIDS.
Baby SIDS? What?
Babies, period.
Well,
Babe. The pig.
in the big city.
It's fucking weird. Anyway, back to the topic. Ubisoft just seems kind of like, I don't know what they're
half-ass in it.
Yeah.
I think that's
in like a really full way, because they're creating like these AAA games, and they're like,
good enough.
Fuck it.
Good enough.
Right?
And they just shove it out there.
Could we make Far Cry 4 not a small endeavor? Assassin's Creed Unity not a small endeavor, and they're just kind of like Watch Dogs not a small endeavor, and they just kind of stop when they want to make it great. It's like, oh my god, you can play whoever you want. Look how beautiful the game looks on the PC. Or, I forgot the other game I was talking about. Far Cry 4. I forget.
There's elephants.
What were there?
Yeah, that was the big thing, was the elephants.
Well, that's
Something.
I don't know. You can ride
an
elephants
elephant
in
and,
Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, well,
That's
I'm
we're
not
talking
impressed
about
by elephants.
we're talking about trying.
That game is incredible.
That game is bizarre.
Everyone buy it. It's the best. It's so good.
Buy at least one of like the 30 that are out there.
Yeah, you can buy one of the older ones. They're basically clones, but
They are fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's just a mindless,
what other
stupid
game
fun.
can you just in 5 minutes kill 2,000 people and just because you have the biggest sword and you just swing it around and everybody runs away
It's a
from
penis joke.
you. It wasn't.
until you said that.
That's what makes it a joke.
We all know I don't have a giant penis.
I'm just running off assumption you don't. I haven't seen you naked. And no, the camera's on.
It's so weird. I've seen you naked so many times.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not surprised.
And that audience was... Where'd the news go? You could take a shower. No. Today was ribbing on Ubisoft. Anything else?
I'm sure next week we'll do that to someone else.
Probably. I mean,
Well, I feel like
There's a plethora of bad companies.
We should
out
try and steer this in a positive direction. Let's put positive energy out there.
I like what Ubisoft does.
I saw a
They
rainbow
do
today.
incredible things. We just wish that
just
they
did it
wouldn't
better.
They wouldn't shackle themselves down in whatever is shackling them down. We just know they're stuck on the ground. We want a Daedalus. We want you to soar. You know, yeah. That was the guy who did that, right? Daedalus. He was
what?
the father of the kid who flew too close to the sun, whose name I forget, despite the fact that he's more famous.
Oedipus.
No,
that's the guy who fucked his mom and killed his dad.
classy.
And killed himself?
Yeah, no, he gouged out his eyes. And
He didn't kill himself,
Oh, yeah,
and
he
his
got
daughter
exiled.
was
Yeah,
he got
Pygmalion. I want to say no, that's not it.
For
Antigone.
all your Greek history.
There was Pericles?
No.
Was it
Pericles?
Icarus?
No, Pericles was the guy who cut off
Icarus.
Medusa's head.
It was the guy who he had like wax wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we all know what I'm talking about. We just can't remember the name.
Odysseus?
Nope.
Nope.
No, that's not even close.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
So
But
that-
I'm pretty sure his dad was Daedalus. I might be wrong. Tell me in the comments.
That'd be great.
Point
That's
out my
kind of my
flaws.
view on Ubisoft. Oh well, one more jab at them because I thought this was funny. The developer of Sunset Overdrive, the new game that's coming out. I forget when. What was it? Insomniac Games, I think it was.
I don't know. I've seen very little about that
It's
game.
Sunset Overdrive. It's a basically zombie fighting game where you have 2 cycles. During the day, you build a base with your friends. During the night, you kill zombies and you set traps. It looks really fun. It's super colorful.
Does look fun.
Yeah, it looks like a ball of a game. So definitely check that game out. But someone emailed them. They had like developer commentary videos. Someone emailed them, "Are you able to play as a woman in the game?" And the guy's response, if we can find the link to a video, I think we should do that. Was basically, yeah, you can be whoever you want, male, female, dress however you want. And the character model they showed was a woman, kind of dressed in the Assassin's Creed garb, like the pointed hood.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm like, that's so funny.
Little jab at them, yeah.
And this is, so it's clear. It's showing how clearly not hard it is. This is a
Yeah.
smaller
Well, and-
developer making a
Yeah.
lesser known new IP.
In previous Assassin's Creed games,
You were a
there
woman.
have been female characters.
Yeah, and the Vita one,
Nothing new.
the Vita.
The main character is female, which is...
I don't know what they're doing, where they're coming from.
If they have a good reason...
They don't.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want them to try and explain it, because if they can't, then it was just a bad idea,
They
and I
gave
think
us
less of the company.
They gave us their good
But
reason.
no, I think that was just a cover for whatever the real reason was. I was like, oh, we don't have enough money? And is that...
There's very
Suffice?
flimsy
Is
reasons.
that
Because
good
why
enough?
not give us a real reason? Just straight
I
up
don't
like,
know. That's why I'm saying, give it to me, and I won't think less of the company. Even if it's a bad reason, give me the real reason, not some fake
Lazy.
bullshit like don't have money.
Lazy.
I doubt that's it.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone who
We don't
works
know.
in the video
That's
game
short,
industry has
the short answer is we don't know.
That's
I-
kind of.
We're just mad.
That's like
Like,
the
I'm just-
final line on
I'm not
every one
mad.
of these news shows.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I'm just disappointed. I'm like a disappointed father.
but you're not their father.
No, I'm not,
You're
but
more like
that's-
a disappointed son. Like your dad, like he didn't meet your expectations, and now you're screwed up for it for the rest of your life, and you're
don't-
gonna be a bad father.
Don't think that's.
You're gonna be a horrible father, Jason. You're probably going to murder your children indirectly. They're gonna get into drugs, hardcore drugs, like pot, and cinnamon.
My father is a fantastic man, so I don't think I'm going to indirectly kill my children.
We don't know that.
Well, your metaphorical Ubisoft children.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no.
That was
You
clearly
being
where I
soft.
was.
Wait, is Ubisoft my terrible father?
Yes.
Okay.
This was the metaphor.
All right. Who's the mom?
Dave?
Works enough. I think that's it. You got anything else to
No,
talk
that's
about?
it.
That's it.
Yeah. No, Jeff, no.
Nope.
No more metaphors.
Nothing. We're done.
All right. What about a simile?
All right. Yes.
Real quick.
I'll
real
allow
quick.
it.
Go ahead.
All right. Dave is
Thank you
as
for watching.
awesome as a palm tree.
I would have gone with like. Similes are normally likes. I don't like using asses in similes.
But it's a simile still.
It still works.
I just don't like
He's
using
not
the
wrong.
asses.
All right.
Yeah,
we're
Dave
good.
doesn't like those asses.
Dave is like a palm tree.
As a palm tree.
Not really.
Dave is as a palm tree.
But Dave is awesome as a palm tree. It's because Dave is awesome like a palm tree.
We're not a literary show. We're done now.
Okay.
I'm a literary show.
As always, thank you for watching. We're glad you stuck with us to the end of this weird one.
And if you didn't, then
Still like our video.
what the hell?
Yeah.
You're not listening to this right now. If
Yeah,
you
you're
didn't,
not.
So.
Yeah, no, we don't.
But for all
cares about
those who did,
Thumbs up though. Can you do it twice?
I think you're gonna do it. No, don't
I
click
saw
it twice.
a video
click it once.
with 2,000 views and 5,000 thumbs up the other day.
Because
I
the
don't-
views don't update automatically. It's-
What? Why not?
After a certain point, it finishes.
As always, thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like. If you really like the video, please subscribe. And if you super duper liked everything we do, and currently still do like what we do, share it with your friends. Share our channel. Share this video. Get the word out. Because I think I'm awesome. I hope you do too. These guys are okay. They're fine.
Okay.
Alright.
If you want to find out more about us, listen to our musings, which hopefully we're getting better at, you can follow us at Twitter at WTTGo. Like our Facebook page, because why not? At facebook.com/WTTGo. And follow our blog for more of the same at wherethebloggo.wordpress.com. And here on YouTube.
All right. Well, time to get on to phase 2.